So, everybody take a breath. Are you ready to grow into greater? Yes. Ready to reach a greater potential? Yes. Okay. Do you realize that Jesus Christ came to teach us to have a personal relationship with God? Do you realize that was why he came? It was to teach us how to connect with God. And he did it by example. All the other reasons that we give, it was to connect us to our Creator. We had forgotten. And that was his purpose, a personal relationship with God. When he was a little child and he was 10 years old in the aquarium, it tells us that he was in the temple and he heard all the sacrifices going on, and he said to one of the priests, "What is going on? Where is the God of love and kindness? My Father God, loves. What is happening?" And then they shoot him away and told him he was beside himself and whatever. And then he went to the top priest, Hillel, and said, "This is not my God. This is not my Father. I need to find the God of love." And Hillel said, "There is a God of love. Let's go, you and I, and find him." And Jesus said, "Where are we going to go? I thought God was everywhere." So the child brought in with him the consciousness of God being in all things, everywhere present, loving, and kindness. And when things that he was told were important to worship God did not make sense, he could not go there. He could not go there. And I know we have that within us all, don't we? That innate knowing, this doesn't work for me. This is not right for me. And if we follow that, we're moving to that beautiful energy of God love. Later on, when he was in his teens, this is all from when he was studying with the masters around the world. I just wanted to read this for you. It's chapter 28. He's teaching some, I believe these are Buddhists. I believe he's with the Buddhist community at this point. And he says, we don't need priests to intercede for us. We don't need that. When man sees God as one with him as Father, God, he needs no middleman, no priest to intercede. He goes straight up to him and says, "My Father God," and then he lays his hand in God's own hand and all is well. Just give your life in sacrificial service to the all of life and God is pleased. Now, we don't like that, do we? Just give your life in sacrificial service to the all of life. Because that makes our egos go, excuse me? But it doesn't mean give your life without thought of self. It means your unique, beautiful beingness, who you are. Unique, beautiful beingness. Share that for the good of mankind. We're not erasing that, because then you would be, why? Why would we do that? Share your unique beingness for all of mankind, and you help the whole. Is everybody good with that? All right. Personal relationship. Jesus said, have a personal relationship with God, and then he said, follow me. Follow me. And we went into a personal relationship with Jesus. That's what Christendom did. And we said, God's still kind of out there, but we can do a personal relationship with you, and you have the personal relationship with God. So what did we do? We made Jesus priest, right? We made him the mediator. And he said, everything I do, you shall do in greater. And he said, follow me, follow what I do. Do it like I say. Be a good student to the teacher, you know? Spirit reminded me, we teach masters around here. There are a lot of people that come and do the classes and go out and do the work. It's like we don't need to create a kingdom underneath us. We are teaching and allowing people to become who they need to be in the world. And that's what Jesus said. Follow me and I'll show you how to be in the world and have your relationship with God. So, follow me, I will lead you to our Father, our Father. So, isn't it funny that we always love the mediator? We love the priests, we love the gurus, we love the masters. We look to them to take us to God. And if it does take us to God, that's good. And it's good to be with people who love God. I'm not saying that's bad at all. If someone loves God and they're more certain of their relationship than you are, tuck up under their strength for a minute. Let them hold your hand for a minute. But they are not, therefore, with you forever. You have to find that inner strength yourself. Do you see? But as humans, since I don't know how we're taught this, but it's innate in all of us, that we love to have some intercession between us and God. We love. When I was a little kid, because I was raised at home, it was very metaphysical. My mom talked to the ghosts. My aunt saw the auras. They knew how to see the future. My mom talked to God. I was interpreting dreams when I was a kid. We had astrology. Do you hear what I'm saying? And we went to the Baptist church. And my mom said, go and shush. Just don't say anything. But at the Baptist church, which I loved it, I learned to pray to God every day, and I learned to read the Bible every day, which I did, cover to cover, not their program, just whatever God showed me, cover to cover. But I did not learn how to be one with God. You see, it wasn't until I came into this beautiful art of metaphysical meditation where we can open up to actually let God in our hearts. Actually hear that, and I heard guidance my whole life, but that oneness, and that's what we want to talk about today. So what really typically brings us to oneness, to God? What typically brings us to God to say, okay, God, I'm yielding to you. I'm yielding to you. What brings us into a willingness to touch the unlimited nature of our Creator? And this answer is the same for all of us. When our lives are broken. When we have messed it up. Or they messed it up for us. You know them. They'll do that to us. But when our dreams, our ideals, where we want to go, has been broken to the point we cannot fix it. We will hit our knees, literally. Have you ever hit your knees in prayer? Most humbling thing in the world you can do. The energy will flood over you like this. And I don't know why, but it does. It just floods over you. We will hit our knees. We will say, God, I yield. I have no power over this situation. I yield. And you will feel the inflow. God will always meet you wherever you are. The awareness of God is always with us. But no matter where you are and you open your awareness to God, you will see, feel, and know God there. You don't have to go and do work. God will meet you where you are. So we say, I give up, I yield to you. This is the path of surrender. But it also carries with it an emotional component. And that component is, I'm broken. I'm unworthy. But if it gets you there, great. If it gets you there, great. Because what got broken? Your ego awareness of self. That's all that got broken. Your higher self didn't. Your heart didn't. It's your ego awareness of self got broken. So we really do not have to wait until we are so low. Does everybody know what I'm talking about? Those moments? Because you can even be chilling, having a great life, cooking along, and then something just hits your soul and you're in that space. Like it's not working. Oh my God, it's not working. That ego has to let go right then. So it doesn't have to mean that you're destitute. It happens to all of us. All right. So the broken thoughts are, I cannot do this without you, God. That's true. That's true. I am nothing. You are everything. It's not true. It's not true. So, I cannot do this without you is true because God is everything. God is a part of everything. When we seek to do it alone, we're moving through our own ego-centered beingness, and we will exhaust our energy fields. Because we say, God, don't move through me. Don't talk to me. I'm going to do it by myself. And we'll get tired, and we'll get exhausted, and we'll try to pull energy from other people. And they say, I don't want to play with you. And then it'll be a big old mess. We're not designed to work that way. So it is true. You cannot do any expanding, glorious, fabulous, wonderful things of yourself. Maybe you can to a certain degree, but you will start depleting your energy. So to go where most of us want to go, we cannot do it without God. Your love, God, sustains all I am on earth. God's love sustains the earth. How can we get away from it? How can we get away from it? And you are everything true, and I am your child true. I am your child. Your love, your light, your beauty, and your peace fills me. So, I am expressing your love in my unique and wonderful way on this planet that you have given to us. Do you see the difference in yielding? God, I yield to you. I know I can't do what I want to do without you. I know I cannot do it without you. Your love sustains all that I am and all that is. I am your child. I'm filled with you. I'm filled with love, light, joy. You sustain the planet, and I'm here to share that through my uniqueness. In that consciousness, you can yield equally and deeper than in the other consciousness of waiting till you're broken. Do you see? We can consciously choose to move into the silence, consciously choose to move into the space where we do not know, where we just don't know. All right. Relationships are all about giving. Everybody good with that? I got a 50%, Cyberland. But everything about relationship is about giving and receiving energy. You realize that. Human energy, I bring energy and I receive energy, and there's a flow of life. If you are the only one giving, you're not in a relationship. Just know that. Relationship is giving and receiving. I don't care what it is, where you are, if it's everything from the neighbor next door, the grocer, the lover. It's giving and receiving, right? I'm giving and I'm receiving. Flow of life. How do we relate to God? How do you relate to God right now? Before we go to the silence, let's get clear on this. How do you relate to God? I love the sports now. And it's time, it's football season, and what do all the guys say? That is not what they say. She said, "Go Steelers." in a Falcon home. She said that. Okay, so no, they all say to God. You'll see them doing the cross on the field. They'll say, "To God the glory." Okay, so that's good. That's good. When you want to give God the glory, that's great. That's great. That's a good way to relate to God. You're blessing God. You're blessing the whole. Did we go offline when she said that? I think we did. We are offline, girl. No. Okay. So you can do that. That verbally acknowledging what you receive. That blesses the community that hears it, and it's a connecting with God. Metaphysically, what we do a lot, and most of you are very skilled at this, I let God move through me to bless the people around me. So when God guides you, make a left, make a right, go up, go down, go talk to so-and-so, give them a hug, write so-and-so a check, they need it, do you not respond? Metaphysical people are so good at being channels for other people. We're really good at that. You guys honor? Okay. So that's letting God, you're relating to God when you do that, aren't you? You're receiving, you're giving. There's a beautiful flow there, all right? So we allow God to move through us for the benefit of others. But in your life, in your dreams, when it gets to that ego-centered space, your basic desires coming from God, how do we return the energy back? We're saying, God, I need these things. I need to manifest these things. How do we return the energy back? How do we complete that circle? So, you know your basic desires are coming from your soul, those deep desires within. And you know if they're coming from your soul, they're part of your life plan. And if they're part of your life plan, it's already been prepared for you. You just have to receive. And you do not know how to do that. Is everybody with me on that? Because this is high. This is not looking around for your answer here. It's something deep within you. But when your soul calls you to take action, what do? But you look around. What are my choices? I could do that or this or this or this. We look around to see what's already been created and how can we fulfill ourselves through that. Everybody with me? Okay. We create from what we see. And in our minute human minds, our perception, we cannot access what can be. We cannot access what can be. We create through what we see. If the dream is coming from spirit, it is bigger than what you have already experienced. It's bigger. So the parameters you put around it are based on what you've already experienced it, right? Right. Jesus said, put your hand in God's own hand. The Father knows you need all of these things you ask for before you ask. So asking and being able to receive are key. So the parameters of your dreams, the parameters of your affirmations, this shows you what you're capable of receiving at this time. Every affirmation has multiple ways of showing up for you. If you just confirm, I want to be happy. Okay, you might get a new car, or you might get a candy bar. What are you willing to receive? What makes you happy? Do you see the difference? Okay. So affirmations can come to you fulfilled at the level you are capable of receiving them. To find and receive the right and perfect thing for you, we have to be willing to tap again to the soul's desire and realize that we give the best we know to give now, but it's time to release it to Spirit for the rest. We give the best we know to where we are right now, but I need to release the rest to Spirit because I don't know. You guys feeling it? Okay. And then, what are we doing but giving it all away? Now we're giving it all away just like we do when we go to our knees, just like we do when we break down. We're saying, I've showed up, God, and I've done the best I can. It's up to you. I do not know what the next step is. And I'm giving you all my expectations, everything. And then I can go into that beautiful silence. The dream is coming from Spirit. We participate the best we can. I of myself can do nothing. I of myself can do the best I can. But the Father within does the miraculous. The Father within makes it happen. We are so afraid to let go. We're so afraid to get broken and to release. So I have one wee story that I hope will be helpful for you. I met many people who say, Cindy, never tell a story about yourself that doesn't make you the star. I don't know how to do that. Here's my story. So, between 32 to 35 years old, I was amazing. I was a working mama with the baby, and I worked. I was going to school. I was on my way to being ordained. And I was cute little thing. I was a cutie. I was a cutie little thing, yeah. I couldn't get a date to save my life. And so no one would go out with me, but I'm going to church all the time working and meeting a bunch of people. So I'm praying, oh God, I would love to have a partner. It'd be so fun. I'd love to go out. I'm young, come on. I want to go out. I'd love to have a date, blah, blah, pray. Okay, I'm doing my affirmations. I got my vision board, y'all. I got it going on. Everything possible. Under my bed, on the wall. I mean, I'm a single mom. I can put it wherever I want it. I'm manifesting. So one day I just got mad. I said, dang it, God, you told me I could have anything I want. I have given you my life. I've jumped out of work, jumped into this. I'm doing what you tell me to do. I'm walking every single day with you. My hand is in your hand. What is going on? And I was mad. And y'all don't realize that if I ever do get mad, which I'm older now, but it is not a pretty sight. And I was not holding back. God was on the carpet. Laughed by someone who's been on the carpet several times. I drew a line in the sand. And I wasn't like, I'm going to stop doing it, but dang it, show up for me. So one week, right after I blew up, I met just adorable young man. He was so cute. He was adorable. He was single, and he thought I was the best thing in the world. And I were chitting and saw him another day, and guess what the little guy was? Angry at the world. Mad at the world. A couple of days later, I met another guy. And it was great. He was adorable. Thought I was modeled from heaven. Angry at the world. I'm going, okay. So, within a week, 3 of them. The third one knocked at my door. He was selling something or collecting for something. I don't know. It was back in the day when that was normal. adorable guy, cute, adorable, and he's I don't know if he saw my crystals through the door or whatever, but we went metaphysical immediately. So he came, I walked, come on in. We chitty-chatted, we talked. He was there for about an hour. Guess what? He was mad at the world. I said, oh, nice to meet you. And I walked him out the door, and I shut the door, and I stood at the door, and I said, I get it, God. This is all I can receive because I'm so mad. And you're bringing them to my door to prove it. So I realized that in that moment, I had to give up all my expectations. I had to surrender to God. I had to let God knew my heart, knew my desire, knew what I wanted. I had to let it go. And I laughed at myself, and I had to stop being mad. So I was able to do the transition into not being angry, but the wait was still very long. It wasn't until I was 35 that I met Patrick. But this is what I didn't know. I didn't know that God just didn't want me to have a boyfriend or a man in my life. God wanted me to have someone in my life that could help me at Inner Quest, that had the stamina of spiritual commitment to walk 30 plus years through the ups and downs, to hold the light with me for this church that I had no idea was even coming. I had no idea. I wasn't ordained yet. I had no idea. It wasn't in my brain. I thought I'd get a job working for someone. It wasn't in my brain, but God knew. Do you hear what I'm saying? And when the time came, it was specific. That's him, go. And when the time came, it was designed. And he was busy when I was mad at God, doing other things. But do you hear what I'm saying? The purpose of my life was bigger than I could see. And if I had not surrendered in that moment, if I had not been wise enough to let go personal attachments and ego awarenesses in that moment, and strong enough to walk another year or so by myself, if I wasn't there, what would have happened? Adjustments. What does your computer do? Root adjustments, adjusting the root, turn around, who knows? There was a bigger thing afoot that I had no control over, that was being prepared for all of you guys here today, all of you guys on Cyberland. It was prepared for today, but I could not see it. Do you understand? So each one of us, when we're dealing on a soul level, the parameters of what will manifest may not be here yet. You've got the call from Spirit because you've got the desire in your heart, which means get ready to receive. When you have a desire, it's starting to burst within you. Get ready to receive. Now we have to open up the parameters to receive greater. You guys got me? Okay. Affirmations are fabulous. I love affirmations. Write them down. Say them 1,000,000 times. I love them. I have stuff that I work on as well. But when we're ready to say yes to the silence, we are ready to say this or greater, whatever I've written down or greater, or this and whatever it really means, because I have no idea what it means. From what I see, it means this, but it could be something completely different. I'm going to say yes to the divinity within me that connects with my God, my Father, Mother God. My Father knows what I need. To connect in the silence and say yes to receive whatever is for me today, tomorrow, and the next day. Do you understand? And it's not don't do your manifesting. Do your manifesting. But we can only manifest based on what we can see. Because the brain's sharp, smart, and it reproduces like this. We don't want it from there. We want it from the beyond the brain. So, all right. Keep your affirmations everywhere. Vision boards, holding the light, all that will help you receive greater and greater. But when we go into the silence, y'all, that's the space of no thought. And I know that you reach it every now and then, right? A lot of us will go on guided visualizations where you go up and you're doing healing work, or you're going within and doing something, or healing your body, using the visualization connection with God. The silence is no thought. It's where you just move to that space, and God and I are one. And in that space, you would be shocked how much you receive. And it comes out of your mouth in words and in teachings and in actions later that you didn't even know was in your brain, because it wasn't. It expands you. If we're going to become what we want to become, those superstars, you know, the little children are superheroes. Guess what? You can be a superhero. You can. But it is connecting with the superpower that allows that to happen. It's not the brain that replicates what it sees. We have that beautiful, beautiful energy within us that is always one with God. And you are a child of God. Nothing separates that, like it or not. Nothing separates that. All right. When you go into the silence, we're opening the door to saying yes to who you are. You can call it a purpose, you can call it whatever, but it's to who you are. Who you are. Do you understand? Do any of you follow astrology at all? Understand astrology? Do you realize that in order for someone to have your exact chart, they need to be born 5,000 years ago or something outrageous like that? It's thousands of years before it duplicates. How unique are you? How fabulous is the pattern you chose? How fabulous are you? And I share that only with you to say how fabulous you are. All right. In Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East book, what book is that, honey?
2.
Book 2. There's a reading that I do, and I've shared with you before, and it says, I'm totally blank, and I know it by heart. I shall paraphrase. I thank you, Father, that you shower your blessings on the earth. I thank you that you have been a blessing to me in all things, and I thank you that I may partake of your infinite supply, that I may know my oneness with you. I live in this blessing of all you are, but I can partake for myself to know my oneness with you. And all of your children may realize the same. All I have, I give forth to help your children. All I have, I give to you. When we walk in spirit, we're in another space. We're truly, 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 you can have that working relationship with God. Let's go within and anchor this. So put your feet on the floor, and let's take a breath. Father, Mother God, I ask that your light fill this room. And I would invite each of you just to feel a beautiful column of light come over you. Feel a beautiful golden light begin to move in through the top of your head. Feel it calming your thoughts. Just watch it as it goes through all the way to your feet. Feel your heart relaxing, beginning to vibrate. Take a breath. And I'm going to say a few words I want you just to allow yourself to feel. We're just opening the door right now. You don't have to go deep, just open the door. God and I are one. Let the words move through you. God and I are one. God's light surrounds me. God's love enfolds me. I choose God. I choose myself. God and I are one. And I say yes. I say yes. Father, Mother God, I say yes. Fill us to overflowing with your light. Fill your heart. God, I thank you. Take a breath. Whatever you are feeling is perfect for you. I say yes, God. I thank you. When you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. And I know that was fast. But if you even hit a moment of just saying yes, just saying God and I are one, try that at home and give yourself time. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe an hour. Give yourself time. You'll be brought back when it's time. I printed these little things for you. We'll have them out in the foyer. It says silence, the place where God can create the form of your desire. God knows what you need. What are you willing to receive? I receive this or greater. I let go and let God. Take one. We'll work with this month. Say, yay, God.